What? For the longest time, I was always just a little bit worried about what scenes I could possibly shoot in my apartment and in my desk area when I don't necessarily have like a crazy setup. If you don't know what my apartment looks like, this is just literally an open area right off of my bedroom with a fake wall right here. And when I'm thinking about shooting YouTube videos, I didn't know how creative I could be with the angles I'm able to get for different scenes here. I'm gonna just walk through potential different options of how you can use a small space and still shoot captivating video. Starting with this one, the camera is right to the left of my desk. I'll show you what that looks like right now. This will be great for shooting talking heads where I'm looking at you like this, as well as shooting like side profile shots at my desk or showcasing my screen. As you can see, if I just want to shoot anything, and even I guess I could just show my screen a little bit more if I want to. And now I can show a little bit of an instructional video if needed. I can have my talking head on 1/3 of the screen as I'm talking to you, and then I can just have the screen recording on the other half of this screen here, the 2/3 of the screen here, and I can do instructional videos, which is super helpful. It makes it pretty easy. I forgot to also say that I'm shooting on a 24mm lens, the 1.4 G Master, but I also shoot on the Sony Zeiss 55mm lens. I can just position my tripod a little bit further, but as of right now, this is on a 24mm. So anyway, this is the second option. I can put my camera and tripod dead center into my little office nook. I can rotate my chair and just sit and talk directly to the camera like this. And the backsplash behind me with my storage cabinet, shelving, and then a little bit of my artwork, as well as some like accent lighting, really help square up the scene and add some depth to it. That's option number 2. Here is what it looks like from me just sitting directly at the camera, and this is what it looks like from behind the camera. It's a pretty simple setup. I don't even have any light set up, and I'm still able to get just a really good scene with just a small area. So this is another scene, and I'm punched in using the APS-C like zoom, the crop sensor zoom on the 24mm. I'm not really in love with this angle, and that's partly just because of how my apartment is laid out. I have this window here, and that's just so my skylight pours in some more light into this office space. But I don't really like how it looks over there. You can see the reflection. I don't really like the color of the curtain, so I probably won't use this angle that much. If I punch out, hold on, I gotta stop recording. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit better, but still, I don't love the reflection happening here. The only real time I would use this is for like B-roll, when I'm just like working at my desk and I want you to see some of my screen. Even then, I'd still probably just take the angle right here that I have. I think it's a decent shot if you're doing like environmental style interview, talking head like this, where you want to set the scene and showcase it entirely without necessarily it being aesthetically pleasing as it could be. Again, it shows my workspace and it shows it very authentically, but I don't think it's the best light or scene or angle to use for videos like this. So now this is on the opposite side of my desk. Pretty simple. Desk, PlayStation, there's the camera. This wall just looks a little bland. It feels backlit. Maybe I can adjust the exposure to help compensate that. I definitely think I would need to add a light somewhere here so that I'm not stuck in the shadows, because the back of my living room is very bright and this is dark. So this will be underexposed compared to the background there. What I do love about this, and maybe I can move the camera a little bit. Let's see, rotate it this way. There we go. That's a lot better. We don't have that blank spot on the wall here anymore. What I do love about this is the depth that it adds in the background. You're seeing so much space here in my entire living room, which is something that we didn't have on the opposite side. All right, so now we're back to my preferable viewpoint. I think this just looks really good for talking head. When I look at the camera, it's great, and I might move this way a little bit more, slide over, or showcase the computer screen in, but just overall, I really love how this feels, and I have light pouring in from my living room, which actually helps light my face as well. I can keep pushing the tripod further that way and just wire myself up on a mic, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Just to give you context, I know the audio is gonna be awful, but now I could do a talk like this, and it would look just super cool, cinematic, and the scene looks amazing. If I want to, I can go back even further, get a 24 to 75mm or a 55, and punch in to this frame. Here's what that looks like with the 55mm. You can obviously see the compression that's happening. Now, the tripod is actually pretty far away from me, further than I expected it to be, but the framing and the shot just looks so beautiful. Setting up a shot this way is a little bit more work than as opposed to using like a 24 or 35 millimeter and just having the camera right next to me. All right, we're back to square one. So those are a few options of how you can set it up. And I just wanted to make this video because for the longest time, I used to feel like I didn't have enough space, or I didn't have a good enough scene in my background in order to shoot good high quality videos for YouTube or for any other work. I just want people to be able to realize that you don't really need that many things in order to produce a high quality video. If you're considering building like a studio or have an office space or whatever it is, just really be considerate of the angles that you're shooting and maybe what the background could look like, as well as the focal length on your lens. And you really can have so many different options to shoot videos like I just did. Lastly, another option is using a C-stand or some sort of clamp, and you can shoot above your head. I didn't show that in this video because I wouldn't use it that often. As long as you have 10-foot ceilings, 12-foot ceilings, it's pretty easy to manage and do as well. That's it for now, guys. Peace out.